the other card that's...
Do you like the Noyatron keep?
I think it's like okay.
Yeah.
Because if you play Cogmaster in Noyatron, that's like... It's going to take him a while to get to Cogmaster if he doesn't have, a Frost Nova or whatever. Frostbolt.
Whoa.
If he doesn't have a...
Neck mage.
If he doesn't have a Smite.
Yeah.
Holy Smite or whatever. If he doesn't have power... Wait, what is it? Shadow Word.
Oh, man. Hype gets screwed immediately. Holy cow.
You can draw out of this, though. It's possible.
He has the faster mech mage, though.
I didn't really pay attention. Did he keep the Blast Mage?
Yes. He kept Clockwork Blast Mage and drew Antonitis Fireball.
Oh, wow.
That's devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 drops are not what you want in your opening hand, that's for sure.
What to do?
Especially if you don't have a coin.
Agreed. What do you do here?
You pretend like you're going to get overrun, so you just play Clockwork Gnome, I think.
Yeah, I think Clockwork Gnome is pretty good here. Because even if he goes like ping, it's okay. Because you can go Anoyatron, Cogmaster at the coin. And then the next turn you can Clockwork or whatever.
Yeah, in general, I would say if both players kind of have the same power level of in hand, it still favors the one with the coin because it allows the player to get ahead on the board earlier with additional minions or just an early bigger minion.
Well, that is perfect for Hype. Because Hype gets to kill both those.
Yeah. According to his hand, this is pretty fantastic.
What to do? What to do?
It's interesting that Lothar decided to not go for something like an Anoyatron, maybe.
Yeah, he might have thought, though, that this would be a much quicker opening and that he actually gained something from the Frost, or the...
Because honestly, though...
Fire Blast being used, or whatever it's called.
By playing Anoyatron, Lothar would have achieved the same result, but would have lost just one less card.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Pretty sure I joined that match like a minute before, got kicked out of it, so I'm not really sure why that happened.
It's kind of weird right now.
Yeah, maybe they're just kicking out like semi-inactive because of the BlackRock stuff going on.
Could be. Mine hasn't been kicked out at all.
Yeah, mine can't even get back in right now, so I'm suspecting that.
But man, that mech walker for Lothar. Holy cow.
Damn.
That is the insane opening that we talked about.
Yeah.
That's quite a board right there.
Yeah, with that kind of clunky hand that Hyped has, it will be hard to come back from a board state like this. However, all it takes is like one Blast Mage to completely wipe the board sometimes. But Lothar will not have any of that. Always denying the mech to not make Tinkertown.
I think I'd actually trade the bubble in the 2-1 for the 2-3.
Wait, what?
Lothar?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want the mage ability targeting your minions.
What to do?
Yeah, you would never want that. What a travesty that would be. I gotta actually read the exact wording on this. Your hero power can target minions. I was sad to see that doesn't do anything with Warrior.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I feel like you should be able to put armor on minions with that. If you can get that guy, you deserve it. You deserve to be able to armor up minions.
That's a little sad.
Yeah.
Similarity with no creatures in hand.
And then he plays his own mirror entity. What a world we live in today.
I actually think he might need to Whirling Blades.
But he kind of wants to keep those Whirling Blades for Antonitis, obviously.
I don't think the game is going to extend that long to the point where that's too relevant, do you?
I think it will, because Lothar, as we can see, chooses to go for a game plan where he always trades all the minions in his favor. But however, that obviously prevents a lot of damage to Hyped space. So Hyped will definitely have the time necessary to get to
that
those late
time
turns.
rewinder.
Yeah, that was quite nice. And now Zone Mirror Entity. Ouch.
Cut.
Ouch.
It is so steamrolling.
Toshly again. Didn't Hyped have Toshly in his Druid as well? Huh.
Toshly's a good card.
Yeah, totally. We've seen
I
totally
I think it was talked about recently how, like, if you compare it to Boulder Fist, it's better because the only thing that really has 6 health that's played is Druid of the Claw. Everything else just has 5 or less, or like way more than 6.
Yeah. And 7 is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Because anything
you
with
don't want
7
to be at
attack
7.
just dies to BGH immediately.
Yeah, and the spare parts just have really good synergy with just about everything.
Yeah. It's cool stuff. Oh, man.
Yeah, but there was no other option, honestly.
Oh my god, the damage is really high right now.
to give Lothar something. And
Yeah, I suppose you can't just pass the turn, right?
yeah.
Yeah, with that much damage, it's time to go.
What to do?
There was obviously the option of just, I don't know, maybe fireballing.
A mech warper.
Yeah, it sucks, but he knows that there's a mirror entity, and maybe Hyped could draw something smaller next turn. But it obviously relies heavily on luck of the draw.
Harvest Golem isn't too bad a draw, I guess. At least he can... Never
No,
mind.
there's no
Fireball
at
is
least he
like-
can. No, there's none of that.
Yeah. At least he can Whirling Blade that Lothar. Lothab. Lothar's Lothab.
If Lothar didn't get frozen, did you actually have any way to survive
to
anyway?
do?
I think
What to
not
do?
still.
If
Hopeless
the
situation.
Blast Mage hit perfectly, yeah.
Yeah.
One, yeah.
And that will be that. And this actually puts Lothar up 2-1.
Yeah.
And let's see, that leaves Lothar with
2-1 already? What?
yeah.
That's true. It's his final deck now.
Yeah.
wow.
So what is his final deck? I couldn't quite see it.
Didn't see it either.
Nope.
I think it might have been Druid.
I've seen Lothar play a lot of Druid in tournaments in the past, but that's probably just because a lot of people just play Druid in tournaments.
Yeah, Druid is a played class for sure.
Yeah, I think his tournament kind of favors it a bit too. So,
A lot of people were saying that.
and Reynad seemed to think so and was a little bit upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
You upset that there's not enough Druids in tournaments?
Oh yeah, I'm really upset about that. I love
like-
the cast when they play their 4-drop on 4 and then their 5-drop on 5, and then they do the combo.
Don't you mean
and they
the
have the
7
mana.
drop on 5?
Yeah, that's true too.
Don't you mean the 7 drop on 5?
Hey, which one is hyped?
All right. Well, the game is a go. So let's get into it here. So you're going with Druid? I'm going Druid too. Druid.
Well, yeah, I mean, Druid it was his last deck left, so yeah, that's.
I thought we weren't sure, and now you're pulling the I totally knew it card.
I told you that. I think it was Druid that he had. I totally knew it.
Oh, it's the wild growth variety again.
Oh,
Holy
sick.
cow.
That's the best variety right there. Keep that shredder.
Actually, Hype's hand looks like it might be even faster. Oh, now he dropped the...
He's not having that happen again.
That's really weird. Like, he's kept Blast Mage in every single match except this one where he actually has a mech that he definitely played before it. I don't really understand that.
Yeah, you would think so, that especially against Druid, a minion with such beefy stats as Blast Mage would be pretty beneficial.
Could he just be like, being like, I do not want to lose another game like that?
I just think, like, at this stage when, like, it's Mech Mage, he's probably played more games of Mech Mage than most people have played of Hearthstone.
Yeah.
And I think it's just not really a point where you change up your strategy.
I agree with that.
I wonder.
So it looks like he's going to suicide that 2-1.
Really? I think the Mad Scientist is a good candidate because you can protect your 2-1 with the taunt.
Oh yeah, I guess it's...
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Like, it's so much tempo.
And yeah, you obviously want that mirror entity on the board.
Definitely.
That's right. I forgot
Your opponent's
about
going
that
into
one.
5 mana, for sure he's going to want to play a minion. That's killer. Ugh.
Yeah, this gives Lothar kind of a good swipe turn, but he doesn't have
What to
it.
do?
Yeah.
What to do?
Swipe would be pretty devastating for hyped here.
What do you play? I think Sludge Belcher's the pick here.
You give him a Sludge Belcher. You got to give him something, but
Hey, me or the other
I think this
options
is
that
the
much
game.
better than Sludge Belcher?
well, this is the one where it's pretty much going to game 5, right?
Not yet, no.
You don't think so? Give him a Sludge Belcher
just
here.
slows the game down, and Hyped hand is again like horrible. Like direct damage is good if you're about to win with it. If you're not, it's absolute trash.
What to
Yeah, and
do?
those those
What
7
to
drops
do?
are a long way from seeing any play still.
I think we're actually going to see a fireball on the Belcher.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And then he still hits for 6 though, and he's still got a good board.
I don't think it's for sure. I think it's debatable.
The fireball on the Belcher? I don't think so.
I wonder.
What else are you gonna do with that? turn?
Yeah, like you want to save the Frostbolt. The Frostbolt's going to be more useful later on. There's not going to be like only Druid of the Claw would be a better target for the fireball.
I think Frostbolt there actually does almost the same thing.
Well, he already showed he doesn't have swipe, so.
Oh, not afraid of the mind control tech.
Well, there's swipe.
Yeah.
One turn too late.
Yeah, it's not even that good here.
Yeah, not anymore.
No.
She don't even know what you do with swipe. What do you do with swipe?
You don't play it this turn, I don't think.
I guess
Really?
So.
What else do you play?
Saracen.
Yeah. Because if you play Tarzan, you're going to have like a sick turn coming up. He already used 1 fireball. So you might be able to like.
I don't know. I still like the swipe. I like the swipe on the Mech Warper.
Why so?
It just removes so much damage off the board.
Just removes 3 more damage that you would deal with otherwise anyway.
Well, if you do it on the Sludge Belcher, I don't know, you have to hero power it.
If you swipe, you have 0 power anyway. I think Thorson, just take some damage, and Thorson will eventually swing the game around.
Well, he does go through his crit.
I don't know. This way, all he does is prevent 3 more damage. Those 3 damage probably wouldn't have ended up mattering.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Blinktron.
Oh boy.
Gladiator's Longbow, come on. Come on.
Oh my god, is that.
Longer sword.
Sword of Justice versus
Yeah, Cogmaster's
a
Wrench.
wrench. Oh my.
Oh, that's really cool.
Red
that-
is like
How does that. Wait, he comes into play to give you that weapon, and then that weapon somehow gives him that as he's coming into play?
Yeah, 'cause
I call shenanigans.
Most battle cries happen like before the minion comes to play.
all of the battle cries.
No.
Yes.
No. Dr. Booms doesn't.
Yes.
No. The Boombots are summoned after him, and I know that because of how Vanish returns them back to the hand. The Boombots are summoned after Dr. Boom, even though it's a battle cry.
Yeah, so how does that make sense?
It doesn't. It's
Explain
not
that,
consistent.
Blizzard.
No, but the jugglers, if you have Dr. Boom with jugglers, then the juggles from the trigger on the boom goes first. Like the
But then why is it when I vanish, the Dr. Boom goes back first?
Yeah, I believe that is actually the case.
Yeah, it is.
actually, that's weird.
That is really weird. And also, the things that I'm seeing right here with Cogsmaster's Wrench going up to 4 and then killing the Belcher, and now like the Sword of Justice gave that plus. I'm like, what am I watching? What is this game?
It's typical arena plays, guys. Don't worry.
I don't get to see stuff like this too often.
Okay.
Even hyped thinking that's pretty funny.
Yeah, hype time.
Blingtron, man.
But yeah, the explanation for the Blinktron was that indeed almost all battle cries happen before the creature comes
It
to
seems
play.
rather subjective. Like, why is Dr. Boom one way and then the like Blingtron doing it this way?
Most are like Blinktron. There's a few that are weird, and that's not one of them, I'd say.
I feel like that needs to be fixed. Then there needs to be like a hard and set rule for that, because sometimes you hit in a situation like that and you haven't seen it before, and if you don't have rules to pull up, you're like, well, sometimes it's this way and sometimes it's that way.
Yeah, I guess.
You can't have stuff like that.
I'm pretty
Like,
sure
it has to be
I'm-
specific.
I'm pretty sure Advantage also works with other minions that put minions into play like that.
Like, strangely.
Yeah, like with Dragon Link mechanics or.
So you think
whatever.
the
I don't
fault is with Vanish?
know, probably.
Okay.
There is some sort of mix-up. Whatever. It doesn't matter right now. What matters right now is this game 5.
Matters to me.
Whoever wins this one advances to the
I
top
think
16.
the definitive test is if you have 2 creatures left. If you have 5 creatures in play, if you play Dr. Boom, if the Boombots actually happen first, Dr. Boom would instantly die. Which he doesn't.
Oh, yeah. That's true. And everyone's done that before.
Yeah.
That makes sense. They definitely aren't brought into play before him. So,
Yep. Gotcha.
huh. And thus, Blingtron getting +1/+1 doesn't make sense.
Yep. Oh, Wild Growth Druid. Man, where's this been all day?
It's coming out now.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, this matchup we saw Zalay, Reynad actually having a very hard time with this, right? So, what do you think about this matchup, Ecop?
Druid, Rogue versus Druid. I think throughout history, Rogue has struggled against Force of Nature Druids. Obviously, it all depends on how slow those Force of Nature Druids are built.
Yeah.
The faster they are, the more the Rogue struggles.
I think it really comes down to just Rogue's main problem right now is healing. They just don't have it. And Druids are like, so you're at 14 life, are you?
Well, they got to play those heal bots, man.
Yeah.
It all comes down to whoever has the pressure on the board.
Yeah, exactly.
Druid, Rogue has to do things like play or even coin out SI7 agent on an empty board just to apply pressure in order to win this matchup. It all comes down to whoever has the better board early on and snowballs from there.
You have to do the coin play here, otherwise you're just so weak against Phantom Knives.
Yeah. Well, double prep, no spells. Okay, there you go.
I like Vile Teacher.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's that or like the worst thing I could ever imagine.
No! Prep Blade Flurry, prep Cleave. What are you talking about?
That's pretty sick. You'd even have a damage on this shade. He'd be a 3/2 right now. That would be, how crazy would that be? Hype does have a bit of that heal. So maybe that 14 hit point level can be dealt with.
Do you think the Lothar was actually a little bit preemptive?
Well, he's got the
we
Violet
just
Teacher out.
talked about pressure. That's pressure.
Yeah.
But there was the option of just playing Azure Drake instead.
Yeah, but Azure Drake makes you commit to like something you may not want next turn, and with Sylvanas in hand, you don't want to commit to anything next turn. I think.
I see.
Like if you Azure Drake, he might just require you to hero power next turn, and that would suck.
It's hard to. I mean, I think sometimes it's hard to apply a card like Lothar in those matchups when you play against a deck that relies heavily on spells, like Rogue, like Freeze Mage, for example, because you need to find those crucial turns where the Rogue would need those spells the most.
Yeah.
And I think in that stage of the game, often you just will see the Rogue play some minions instead of spells anyway.
It's pretty nice. I think I'd like to see the Drake
Yeah.
prep. Actually, what
You have to kill the
clear
Sylvanas first, though.
You can clear the board with prep.
Yeah. 2 preps
Fan,
Blade.
prep Blade Flurry.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's pretty good.
But if you want to do that, you don't want to use your preps like that.
Well, I don't know,
Well, I
man.
think for sure you're going to
Prepared.
at least prep the fan.
Yeah.
At least. And then if you draw another fan, I would...
Yeah, for sure, prep the fan. But one of those preps will be required to make a sprint playable.
The best draw here would be a Deadly Poison. It'd be sick. This is the sickest Deadly Poison.
Oh
draw.
my god, you're right. That would be the sickest deadly poison.
Nope.
Oh, there's
Wow.
the sprint, though.
Still, prep the fan. And then you can sprint. Yeah, look at that. Everything works out. He's still at 30, so who cares?
Yeah, after that prep sprint.
Here's the question.
The thing is, with the sprint,
Wait,
you will
here's the
actually
question.
draw...
If you draw a Deadly Poison here, do you consider the Blade Flurry?
You can still do that later.
Yeah. You can actually Blade Fury the next turn. Because you're going to sprint anyways with the prep, so you'll probably get...
Something.
Yeah, and like...
All right.
He's going to play minions, so... That's totally going to work out.
Yeah.
This is actually going really well for Hyped.
Yeah, Hyped actually can go, can get a pretty sick bank cleave next turn.
Yeah.
If he decides to go for that. That's a Jack Wrath, really good right now. Wow. So much tempo gained for Lothar. And he has a lot of pressure, especially with the Ragnaros. Ragnaros is such an annoying minion to deal with for the rogue.
I wonder.
What do you play here if you're Hype? All that looks terrible.
Well,
Yeah, there is 2 Blade Furies, but no buff for the weapon, unfortunately.
but if you prep into Sprint,
It has to be a deadly poison though.
yeah, but you're drawing 4 cards, and there's 2 of them in there.
That's still not that great.
It's 50-50. You draw it or you don't.
You're facing down
It's not even 50-50.
You're facing down 10 damage on the board next turn, and 11 with the hero power. So
Look, you have a
already
back 7 in your
half
hand
HP
too.
almost.
I think I would just do it. I would trust. Because actually, you can. There's various stuff that you can kind of draw
So
here.
many options.
Like if you get
If it's
an Abyss, that's pretty good.
fine.
He's
You're
gonna
right.
get it. Don't worry. He's gonna get a
Choose
deadly
suit.
poison for sure. That's not it. That's not it. This one isn't it. But then, oh
There
my
it is.
god, there it is. So sick. Yep. Oh wow.
Goes for the SI7 instead.
I'm actually surprised about that. Why wouldn't you just clear?
Oh man.
Mullen Giants. Seriously, why wouldn't you clear with that though? You have 2 Blade Furies. Like your opponent would be at like 21 without a minion on the board. I guess you wouldn't have a minion either, but the 6/4 is better than the 3/3.
Yeah.
The problem is you have nothing on the board then, not even the weapon, and it takes a while to like get a new weapon. You at some
Yeah.
point you will have to use 2 mana again for it, and your hand is so clunky. You might not want to spend mana for that.
Huh.
Also,
All right,
you
well,
get
the next
I mean, those are
question
all
is,
reasonable reasons, but like, do you
How
think
do we
that was
kill
better?
that shade now?
Yeah, that shade is actually very annoying.
Yes, it is.
That 4th health point is really,
Like-
really brutal.
You could. I mean, I guess you really need to clear the 3/3. I wouldn't mind like a swipe piloted shredder here.
I wonder.
I'd want a yellow rag, but like you can't leave a minion out.
Just makes the Tinker Oils too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time waits for no one.
Cop checking his mustache during the cast.
Swipe face.
Oh, okay, okay. That's fine.
Let's imagine something here. What could be good?
Well, now this 6/4 is actually a real pain in the butt.
Wait, I know. Double Blade Flurry.
He might have to.
Blade Flurry, weapon up, deadly poison, attack face, Blade Flurry again.
Oh wow.
Do you see a better play than that? Like right now, you're dead to like Savage.
He needs
Roar.
to use Time Rewinder and go back to last turn and do the Blade Fury.
You're literally dead to everything. Otherwise,
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't even have any way to draw a single card here. This is like, I think you're actually completely right. He has to do that. God, that's gross. That's like 6, 7. What?
Yeah, just as
Wow, that's bravery.
that's what he has to do. That
I guess you're right,
The
yeah.
Blade that you suggested doesn't do anything afterwards.
Yeah.
oh, that's lethal. There you go, Savage Roar, no justice.
Yeah, yeah, that's. Oh wow, does that mean Lothar out in first place?
That does. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Would have expected that one.
Well, Lothar did well at last season.
And didn't you crown him as I don't know if it was the best or the worst player? It was the worst.
I did say it, but
Oh, that's weird.
many players consider Lothar one of the worst players.
So